Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is a special edition of the NFC Championship game on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of the stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
The excitement level around here at a fever pitch as we're underway in the 2020 NFC Championship game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So out come the Rams now for possession. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
There's a toughness about Jared Goff that maybe he doesn't get enough credit for. His freshman year at Cal, team went 1-11. His rookie year with the Rams, he was 0-7 as a starter, undaunted in either case, and has come back each and every time to flash the ability that made him the #1 overall pick in the draft when he came out of Cal.
Now Goff on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And now it's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, they're trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Goff. And incomplete on the deep ball. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, call it 13 yards. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And not only is he blessed physically, this guy is the quintessential gym rat. Cannot get enough football. In fact, during his rookie season, when he was charged with being the guy who brought the food to the quarterback meetings early, and they would often start at 5 in the morning, he always beat everyone else to the building and was ready to go before the rest of the guys arrived.
Let's go.
And they'll go on the ground. Ajayi escapes him. Ajayi's going to go. The 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Ajayi, 59 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you get the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
There's just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Jordan Hicks battled a lot of injuries while at the University of Texas, but his last season there played up to the potential they saw when he was coming out of high school. Well over 100 tackles, ranged from sideline to sideline, could also drop into pass coverage, and now uses his intelligence to run the entire Philadelphia Eagles defense from the middle linebacker position.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Wentz now on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
Wentz now to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And this is good for a first down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
From the red zone now, Wentz looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Again, it's Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey from 13 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They get a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
1 quarter down, 3 to go on the road to the Super Bowl. 14-0 is our score, and we're back to Philadelphia after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Johnny Hecker now. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. This time a spin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And out and out come the Eagles. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll start out here with the option left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And now running right through it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Ertz at left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And his throw here's incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And they'll run it here. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Yeah, great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. Give them a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Hicks. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're talking about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing again is Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 2nd and 10, gone. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. To the air again. Gone. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Hicks in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Wentz. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Elliott puts this one through. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle of the sea. He will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the New England Patriots doing battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. To find out who, let's turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when
Jay's going to go. He's at the 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles continue to roll. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like the Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's Gone. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And this is going to be incomplete. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Jay Ajayi works his way back onto the field. And I think it's safe to say we know who the game ball's probably going to after this one.
Without a doubt, they're going to stand up in the middle of the locker room after the game, and the head coach is going to say, great performance, terrific, game ball. Right here, and going to present it to him. And if he's smart, he'll accept the game ball and then say, dinner on me for the offensive line at the best steakhouse in town. Make sure those guys are taken care of.
Those O-linemen have helped him to 4 touchdown runs. Now Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Another carry now for Gurley. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
We're good.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offense...
Look at this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Looking for Woods that time.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback who wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
The drive will start with an option going left. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that will extend this big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On the counter, Gurley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
76. 76. Goes on. 180.
3rd and 2. Goff. And got him in. It's Woods. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Mike Bennett in there to sack him for a loss of 6. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it?
And he's going to go down again. Jordan Hicks bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Goff. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. From the gun, here's Goff. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Goff now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Black 20.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And his pass incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. And it's 3rd and short. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage. But you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Here's Ajayi. Shifts by him. That's a nice move by Ajayi. Ajayi's going to go. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying,
touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, 75 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Rams do get a bit closer.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a shake and bake by Ajayi. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Wentz to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually complete.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
To throw on second down is gone. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Goff now looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing on third. Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And able to work his way down to the 16. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.